Howdy folks, welcome back to another video. This is just a really quick update. I know I haven't put anything up on the channel for a while. Some of you, maybe two of you, might be wondering why. And the reason why was Ichabod and I were out of state for 9 days. We had to go up to the Northeast and visit family. It's not anything bad. My mother turned 95. She loves the dog. She loves us, of course, but as the dog maybe a wee bit more. I don't know, I'm kidding. Well, even though I'm kidding, my mom really digs dogs. This is a shot of her with our collie Belle from about 1968. He was a fantastic dog. And so I wanted to bring him up there. Ichabod and I did about 2,750 miles total for the round trip up and back, plus a little driving up there. So, you know, he's such a good dog. He did so well. And he's a really good traveler in a truck. And so we're back finally. We got back yesterday afternoon, about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And have been unpacking, doing laundry, getting him resituated with the house and rehydrated and things like that. You know, we had a good time. It was a little stressful on the road, but you know how it is on the road. I actually hit a piece of retread on the trip up on 81 North. We go around a long way. I'm staying away from them crap hole cities on the East Coast. And on 81 North, mile marker 154, Pennsylvania somewhere, I was coming around some tractor trailers that were in the left lane. They're parking in the left lane, which they're not supposed to do. And I gave the Hemi the beans and got around them. And as soon as I got around them, my left front wheel hit a big piece of retread that just bounced the truck up and down, and it sounded like a bomb went off underneath it. And I said, holy shit. When we finally got to a place we could stop, it seemed okay as far as the wheel goes, but it completely ripped out one of my supports for the floorboard on the driver's side. I said floorboards, I meant running boards, duh. What happened was this particular one, you can see that bracket back in there. That bracket got bent back about maybe 75 degrees, and there's T-nuts, or T-bolts rather, that attach that bracket into the aluminum extrusion, like these slots in it. I'll see if I can give you a shot in there. Yeah, you can kind of see them right there. That bracket was just bent all around, and it ripped the T-nuts, or T-bolts rather, out of the aluminum extrusion, those channels right there. And so it was being held up, you know, by the center one and the rear one. And this front was flapping in the breeze. When I was worried about it would eventually vibrate those loose, and if we lost the center one, you know, 80 mile an hour, this damn thing gonna get caught by the wind and fold up, and who knows what it's gonna hit. We had to take it apart, took the bracket off and banged it out on this big piece of block of steel my brother had with a 2 or 3 pound hand sledge. And then we got it straightened out, I bolted it back up. But what I really need to do is I need to take the whole thing off now, because this whole thing is going that way. It's all pushed backwards because of the impact. So we need to straighten out the brackets, do a little bit better straighten on this one, still a little twisted. Paint them up, put them back on. So it was kind of a scary moment, but we didn't do any damage to the truck. Again, we went to a Firestone because I have a lifetime alignment. I just bought the lifetime alignment for this. Pretty good that we were able to use it. I figured I'd never use it again. Here we're using it on that trip. So that worked out. So no worse for the wear, but we'll get her fixed. But I wanted to clarify that. I didn't mean running boards, floorboards rather. I meant running boards. See, I keep getting it screwed up. All right, so what I'm gonna just really quick is update you on this. Naturally, we couldn't do any more work on it because I wasn't here. And so I got as far as I could. I've got quite a bit of clips edited for part 3 on this project. And I gotta catch up on some work around here, but I will get back on this and finish up video 3, which I'm hoping will include all of the getting the top end back together and getting the thing fired up for the first time. I'm not sure though. I'm going to have to edit it down to see if I can get that all in and make it so it's not too long. But what I wanted to show you in this video was some stuff that we actually did on the trip. And one of the things we did was we visited the New England Motorcycle Museum. It's up in Connecticut, but I can't remember where. Anyway, I'll put the information here and also a link in the description. It was a Friday that we hit it up, and they said that was the best day to do it because it's kind of like a working dealership. And they pretty much work on, well, they sell gas. They're a gas dealer. It's the only brand they sell brand new. But they work on a lot of vintage old stuff. And as we go through the video, I have a shot inside this old factory that they have part of their business into. And I will show you the way the bikes are laid out in kind of rows and what that means as far as their status in the queue of repair. some nice old bikes, and so let's go ahead and get on with that, and then finish this up with some other stuff. Now, by the way, the clips of this museum I'm going to show you, they had a couple of big floor fans running to keep the air moving because it was kind of hot. It's cooler down here in Florida right now than it is up there right now, and was the case back then, a week ago or so. Just bear with the audio and you get an idea of what they have in that particular museum, and definitely worth a visit. This location is the former Hockanum, I think it's pronounced, mill. It's an old textile mill, 205-year-old mill that apparently was in disrepair and falling apart for decades, and then they refurbished it for the museum. '83 Katana, GS 750D. What a nice copy of it. And a patina, I like it. Suzuki 2-Smoke Twin. I cannot tell the model.
You gotta look at the valve mechanisms on this. Half of it is exposed.
Olympian. I never heard of an Olympian.
Wow. This is something. Nimbus 746.
We like that a lot. This thing is in mint freaking condition. I mean, this is, well, with the exception of a couple of little uh-ohs, it's like a 1.5. That's nice. Wow. Yeah.
That is something. I've never seen one for real.
Blue Springs. You never saw a Daytona?
Not for real.
Oh, yeah. Z1. Pretty much where it all started, except for the CB. Another Z1. And yet another.
Oh wow. These you have hundreds?
Yep. The Z1s.
Wow, that's nice looking.
Yeah, I have one of them that I worked on is that exact same color, and
The green.
this one, the orange with the with the brown.
Okay.
Yeah, exact same color. I have somebody that bought one, and I think maybe the green one, that color looks familiar too, with another one. But those Bikini round slides.
Oh, Honda 3.
Interceptor 1000. Now we're talking. 1000cc V4 liquid cooled. See, if you look at the side of that motor, that is very, very similar to this, to mine, to the Magna.
Okay.
This would be an 84, so it's actually closer to the Sabre, to the V65, but still fantastic.
I'm looking at these Honda 6.
It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that's
Buell, I think the Buells were good. I think Eric Buell did a good job with them, but I just think, you know, he just couldn't work it out with Harley. I wish he had. I think Harley would have done a lot better in the long run if they kept it.
Well, Buell sort of tried to go off on his own, as I recall, after, but it didn't work.
Yeah, it didn't work. You needed Harley backing. That Kawasaki 2-Smoke there. That's a nice one. What is that? I don't know. 250? Can't tell.
350.
350. Wow.
Well, look at this one, 500 triple. Oh, this thing must be a rocket.
Yeah, that would be the H1.
Yeah. Because what was the 750 triple?
H2.
H2, okay.
Belt drive, a 305 belt drive. Never heard of that one before. 305 belt drive GPZ. That is a new one on me.
Belt drive.
Yeah. Boy, I like that triple. Wow.
Missing an exhaust, but you know.
We don't need no stinking exhaust. Yeah, the first one was called that. Maybe this one was too. I don't know. This is just a badass mamma jamma. That's where it all started, man. Part of the Goldwing Touring. What a fantastic engine.
I should put a fairing on this front.
Never saw a Honda 65.
This is what, from the 60s? Yeah.
I've never seen a 65.
Steel frame, Jesus.
Yeah, stamped steel, yeah. Nice shape.
You meet the nicest people on a Honda. Remember that ad campaign?
Except for me, I'm a dickhead. Wow.
And the 305.
So this is this a 400 that somebody's screwing with?
There's no side covers. I can't really tell. It looks like it could be.
Yeah.
It's big.
Either that or 350. It's got the big heads,
Okay.
cylinders. I don't know what it is. Got me.
CZ.
Oh yeah, the Jawas.
Oh yeah.
Man, those are cool. Wow, those were big when we were younger in the 70s.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
The Bull Tacos, remember those?
Bull Tacos, yep. Wow, fantastic.
And of course the Husqvarnas, when they were making bikes.
And look at this, an FJ 1200. Wow, I like these too. Wait for that fan, I think. FJ 1200.
Look at this now. Triple 400.
Yep, yep.
Now this would be a lot of fun.
That'd be a lot of fun to play
This
with.
is like perfect size.
I'd rather play with that than play with myself.
Maybe do both.
At the same time. What's a Yankee brand?
Yeah, I couldn't tell.
I have no idea. North Carolina, 1975 to, can't really tell. Let's see if we can get in there and get a shot of it.
Chinese character.
Trailer, can't really read it. I'll have to look at the footage later. Wow.
Carolina 75 to 76.
We talked to a young man that worked there, and I'll show you how this is set up on both floors. The right row, in the direction I'm pointing to right now, you can't hardly see it unfortunately, is bikes that are set up ready for evaluation. The center row is bikes that are actually evaluated and they've ordered parts for, and they're waiting to work on them. The left row, the one right there on the far left, are bikes that are either completed or nearly completed. So that's how they have them staged, again, on both floors. So, and everything's for sale in here. He said that you can buy anything, whether it's not completed, not evaluated, or totally done. So that's pretty cool the way they did it. And this is on both floors. Yeah, so that New England Motorcycle Museum, pretty cool place. I remember reading something about it opening. I think it's been open since like 2018 in some, format. Around the pandemic time, if I remember correctly, I read something on Facebook or something that they were just getting ramped up to really open the place up, and then they ended up having to scale that back for obvious reasons. But now it's in full bore. Talked to some nice people up there, and dog friendly too, which was nice. I emailed them first and said, can we bring the dog? They said, sure. Ichabod loved it. He had a lot of fun going in between the motorcycles and getting pet by people. Everybody loved Ichabod. Everybody was like, oh my God, what a great dog. So it was great. Now what I wanted to show you is two other things. Now you remember I did a Keihin CVK carb, I think it was a CVK carb, from a GPZ 1100 Kawasaki. And I believe it was carb number trace. And that had a broken slow jet in it. And so I have a video on that. I'll put a little card for it here and a link in the description. And that was kind of like a last resort thing. The owner of the... You gotta love him. See, normally I'd get mad at him doing that, but he's been such a good dog, it's kind of hard to do that. Anyway, what was I saying? That's Keihin CVK number 3 carb. The viewer subscriber had reached out to me and said it was his last resort. He could not find a replacement carb body, and it was the only thing holding up getting the bike running. Well, he recently sent me, he sent me two things, and I'll get to the second of the things first. But the first thing is, he sent me a clip of the bike running and him riding back and forth on it. I'm just gonna put some excerpts of that clip in, and then we'll get to the second thing. which I think you're going to really like both. But man, he did a great job getting this thing running, and I think you'll agree that it runs fabulously.
There he goes.
So I'm super stoked he got that thing running so well. And I think you can agree from the clips, just fantastic. Nice bike, all original, and just runs just fabulously, like I said. So the next one is a young man I talked about in the video who was trying to learn stuff about carbs and so forth, got a Suzuki Katana 600. Remember, I did all 4 carbs, and I did a variety of things on them, including 3 of them having a broken pilot screw tip in it. So I'm going to show you some clips. It's very short, just little pieces of some clips, or clip rather, of the bike running, and it runs okay, but my understanding is he's still in the process of kind of figuring out how to tune it, and he doesn't have the capability as far as the equipment to do like a synchronization. He wrote me in an email and said he's going to send it out somewhere to a shop or something when he gets some money. He's a high school kid, you know, and then he can pay somebody else to tune it up, and it should be done at that point. So, but it runs, and that's the thing, and he was really happy and really psyched about that. Okay, so the last thing is, the first clip I saw you about the GPZ 1100. That gentleman is an artist, a professional artist for 40 years. And one of the things I noted when he was, we were conversing about this after the carb came down here, was his tagline in his email showed his website, which I will put a link in the description, and you can go take a look at it for yourself, that he's got basically an art studio website. And it turns out that he does portraits of pretty much everything, including dogs. So naturally a light bulb goes off in my head, and I said, would you be willing to trade service for service? And he agreed to do that. So I did the carb work and sent it back to him, because I hadn't yet, I wanted to talk to the wife about what picture I should send up to him, you know, via email, for him to reproduce in a portrait. He uses pastel painting. It's like that. I don't really understand it too well, but it's like a dry paint, you know, you can't touch it or anything, and it lasts for hundreds of years, as opposed to oils and things like that that kind of fade over time. It's a true color paint, and just absolutely fantastic how somebody can work with that stuff. And so I eventually sent him an email with a picture of Ichabod when he was younger. Both my wife and I agreed that we'd wanted a, you know, once he's gone, we would want to kind of remember him when he was a little younger, a little less gray. And I will put the picture in here, and then I'm also going to put the picture of the final product, which is a low-res picture, just something like a proof he sent me. And I think you're going to love how it came out. And I'll also do a side-by-side. I think that'll be kind of cool too. But yeah, that was just absolutely fantastic that he did that for us. I'm in the process of searching out a professional framer in the area. There ain't too many of them. I guess they've all been forced out of business by, you know, Hobby Lobby and Michaels and all those larger companies, which I will absolutely not send this to. I'm going to try to get a high-res picture taken of it so I can reproduce them 8x10s or 10x12s or something, and send one up to my mom and get it, you know, have it framed and send it up there. I think she'd really appreciate that. Because like I said, Mom digs the dog big time. All right, so that's it on this video. I just wanted to give you a quick update. We're going to get back on this. Once this is done and out the door, I'm going to bring the Sabre in, and we're going to get in on that. In fact, today I have an appointment with the tag office to go over and get the title transferred. The title looks great, so I don't anticipate any hiccups or any drama, but if there is none, we'll get that transferred. I'm also going to get a tag pulled for it. I have an old vintage, Florida antique tag laying around that's in my name, that we'll just go ahead and use that for it once it's you know, rideable. So stick around and you get to see that stuff. Thanks for watching. Don't just repair, restore. We'll catch you on next video.